you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, MA Connect TV after a very successful Deliverance here at the Devenish in Belfast with head coach from Langka Muay Thai and promoter of the night, Jamie Crawford. What's the story? Step into me there and I get you in. Good night.
It was a brilliant night. Yeah, it was a hard night with a lot of pullouts. Say 25 pullouts, and about 3 weeks ago, had 7 fights. So all the coaches that came in at the last minute and moved up and weight down, and really appreciate it.
What is that like as a promoter?
It isn't. I know it's not really coach's fault, because I've had it happen to me. Guys just go, I just don't want to fight, but that's what it is. What happens, unfortunately. Until I like, and there was 13 fights, so I only usually do about 16 or 17 fights anyway, because I'm not really into 20, 25 fights because it's too much. But it was just, it's the way it is. But unfortunately.
How many Deliverances has this been for you now?
This is my 4th.
No way. And already, even after four events, the crowds are like, just they're excited, they're looking forward to it. There's always a build up in the lead up to it, you know, and it's definitely a respected promotion, you know what I mean? What you put that down to, your backgrounds or?
Well, it's been my background in the sport, and like I've travelled and I grew up in Down Under with all my fighters, so most of the coaches that give me fighters I've ever fought for, like Paul Kelly, I used to fight for Paul, and I've fought for Martin and stuff, so they come up to shows and I fought for them all and brought fighters to them all. So when you bring fighters to the shows, fighters, like promoters and other fighters, bring their gyms back.
Proud night for you as a coach?
Yeah, good. Everyone done well. Kevin got a draw. All the rest of the boys won, and then Lee won by stoppage in the second round.
Great main event. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Is it hard for you to kind of balance being a promoter and being a coach in a night like tonight?
Yes, well, it's more. Like, I have 4 children, so it's more harder to balance between that, because my wife does, when I'm away training and doing this, my wife Frances, she's looking after them, so she does a brilliant job.
She's obviously very understanding.
She's very understanding and very outstanding. So she is.
But for a lot of our viewers that might not know your own background, because you were a fighter as well.
Yeah. I started fighting in about 99, and then just fought.
1999.
1999. Yeah, I'm 40.
You are not, Jamie. 40. Are you actually?
Yeah.
Holy
So I was fighting in 99 right up to say 2007, 2008. Was my last sort of fights.
No way. What was the decision then to call it?
It was my old trainer. He closed the gym, and then I sort of started taking over training people. And Robert McGivern, who fought in the last show, Robert's been with me from the start. So when me and him sort of left together, and then I started training him, and that's how it started. It started actually, Langka Muay Thai started above my shop in Belfast City Centre.
What's your shop?
It's a shoe repair shop in Belfast.
No way.
Yeah, so it's a wee small room. Me and Robert started training there, and then it just grew from there.
And like, arguably, you have one of the most well-known Muay Thai gyms in the country. How has it gotten to this stage? Obviously, a lot of hard work and good fighters.
But we've always had it, like, without Robert McGivern, it wouldn't be where it was. And now Dave McIntosh fought out a bad company. He was 2 times world champion, and what he's brought to the gym as well, like, he was sparring partner for Liam Harrison, all the top guys, and what he knows you can't really be taught it. Because it's just experience. What he's brought to the gym, and like Niall McGreevy, he's took Niall under his wing, and most of what Niall is now is down to Dave, just showing him what to do and how to do it properly.
With a lot of coaches that have previously fought, they always say that they kind of live out their sort of retirement through their fights.
I was happy. I had 45 fights, so I had enough of fights for them. Especially there was no Muay Thai in the Northern Ireland, so there was nothing in the North End, so I did have a lot of fights for that.
Did you travel a lot then?
Yeah, I fought in Thailand, I fought in Denmark, I fought in Sweden, and I fought in Geneva twice.
And back then, like, what was the scene like then?
It was just, you had to train, the same as it would have been with the likes of Martin Horgan and Seamus Coogan and all. You just had to train all the time, and then go, there's a fight in 3 weeks, or a fight fell through, and then you get a phone. There's no email and nothing. Somebody would phone you and go, here, do you want to fight? Your landline and go, and you go, alright, what's happening? And they go, do you want to fight? And you go, alright. And then you're fighting, fought, and then it was home relaxing. Then I got a guy phone me and said, do you want to fight in Geneva? No. And that was on top of a ski slope. But it was in June, so it was like the summer. Yeah.
That's madness. Like, I would have loved to have been working back then to capture all of that. As a coach, before I let you go, like, what's the main positive that you take away from your guys on a show like this tonight?
Just train, like, you get the guys. Well, you get guys like Gareth who are in their 30s, so late 40s.
Late 30s.
So, well, it's people like, it's like, You got the likes of Collie. You know Collie. Collie used to be a big fat bastard. Excuse my language. He was enormous. Same as Sean McGee. Sean McGee was enormous, and it's people obviously enjoy training fighters, but you get positives out of that. People who losing weight, like how much weight is them two fat messes? Because when Collie, I was teaching in Lisburn, and Collie and Sean used to do like taijutsu, so it was all the. So me and Robert were training in Lisburn, and Sean McGee and Collie. So Collie's about 120 kilos at this stage and had a mullet. So the two of them walk in. Collie has on his black vest and his black karate pants, and they're all wearing this there, and they're bound to me and all. And I'm not into all that stuff. Like if it's a tie, I'd be like, why and all that there. But all that stuff doesn't bother me. So they're all whining and asking me what to call me and all. And I'm just going. But they just came in. They came and it just grew from there.
Do you know, it's funny you say that. When somebody showed me before that picture of Collie when he was like really overweight, and I thought it was photoshopped. I was like 100% that's photoshopped. And they're like, no, that is actually Collie. Like that should be on like national billboards. Like, look what Muay Thai can do.
That's what martial arts does, because there's a lot of people don't like going to gyms because gyms are just shit. It's just for the PTs and roid heads. And so people like come to the gyms. Like, and there's loads of guys in our gym, as I said before, all part of our gyms. There's people come train. There's guy Seamus Smiley, that's Garrett's brother. He's married, has kids, but he's down sparring. He's one of Collie's main sparring partners, and he spars Collie down hitting the pads. So thank you very much, mate.
And you know, there's a big preconception as well for people that are beginners or that haven't started yet or that want to start, that if I go to like a Muay Thai gym, it's going to be like fighters and real rough and I'm going to get battered.
And the reason why our gym is so good, because it was a small group of say 5 or 6 fighters who just train all the time. It's better than having like a big gym where there's 40, 45 people in it, and you can get around everybody and teach them. So
for new coaches that are opening gyms themselves and they're getting started and they're looking at people like you that have successful gyms, what one bit of advice would you give to them?
Just start off small, because you see the best gyms are those the smaller gyms, because you have 5 guys that just want to fight and train all the time, and then it just builds up from there, and more people see it, more people want to do it, and then the sport grows.
Fantastic. Well, listen, congratulations. It was a brilliant night. My first Deliverance, and it didn't disappoint. It was absolutely brilliant. I didn't want to be working. I wanted to be sit there with a pint enjoying it all. But Jamie Crawford for MMA Connect TV.
Thank you.
Super.